What's up, guys? It's Richard from CRG Games, and today I've got a little bit of a special product. I consider it to be special. We're going to crack a box of Gatecrash. Now, when I started playing, I started with Gatecrash, the Return to Ravnica block, which is Gatecrash, Return to Ravnica, and I believe Dragon's Maze? Yeah, Dragon's Maze, which the set symbol for Dragon's Maze is actually the Gatecrash symbol over top of the Return to Ravnica symbol. This released in 2013 in February, and this is the product that I started Magic with. It's maintained a ultra low price for the last 10 years, which is kind of crazy because it's been a long time. A lot of this product has been cracked, but it really, I guess there was just too much of it. WotC went really ham on printing boxes of this stuff, and it has stayed between $80 and $120 for the last 10 years. I think it's undervalued, solely because of the connection that I have with this set over the years. It's got kind of a nostalgic feel to it. And to me, that's worth it. It doesn't matter if the set is a little on the weak side. Actually, recently, a lot of cards from this set have been spiking in value. What I'm really looking for are foils, because the foils from this era, especially in near mint and mint condition, they hold a little bit of a premium. So we got an unexpected results and a foil Boros Elite. Now, the foil value really does depend on, the rarity. Aurelia the War Leader, for example, that's the most expensive card in this set. The regular version near mint is running about $28 to $30. However, the foil, the listed value is a little bit low. The actual sold listings are closer to like $80, I believe. It was either $80 or that was breeding pool was about $80. Regardless, they're both pretty expensive. Lazav here, he's not that expensive, but the foil version's like $10, so that's kind of neat. And of course, we got 36 packs. This is before you had 10 different versions of every card. And I'm being facetious here, it's not 10, but really all you had was regular, and you had foil. There are some commons and uncommons in this set that are worth a little bit. Skullcrack, I believe, is one of the... Hey, we got a breeding pool. I'm already excited. Breeding pool is around $25 at market value. The direct value might be a little bit higher. So I'm already excited. I was hoping to get some of these shock lands because even though they're not extremely expensive, all we have to do is look back a little bit at Onslaught, for example. And granted, Onslaught had fetch lands, but for the longest time, you could pick up those fetch lands for basically dirt cheap. And now, to get a near mint copy, you're going to be shelling out a lot of money. I believe, given enough time, like everything, the shock lands from this set and the shock lands from Return to Ravnica, for that matter, are going to rise in value at a similar pace as the Onslaught fetches. It may take a little bit, actually it will take longer for that to happen, but I do believe it will happen. Treasury Thrall, alright, I am already excited again. So Night Veil Spectre is not all that expensive. I remember when I played this set originally, Night Veil Spectre was a powerhouse. And I think, I had at least a playset, because I do remember that, because I sold my collection to a buddy at the time for something like $100. I was working at Bob Evans at the time, and gas was expensive, and I had an old Dodge truck. I could only put like $10, $10 in it at a time. I'm sure we've all been in that place, where we're playing Magic and it's expensive to go around and whatnot, but we love the game. but I had to give it up for a little while because I needed, I needed gas money and I needed rent money and all that other stuff. This, yeah, this set is this box is already a banger. So we got Aurelia, the War Leader. This is the most expensive card in the set. It does have a print line directly across right there. It's not too visible though. And a foil Bioshift. It's a very nice foil common. Yeah, so this box already good. I like it. Breeding Pool and Aurelia. But yeah, it was 2013. Gas was expensive. I was driving a gas guzzling truck, and I was working as a server at Bob Evans. Money was tight, so I sold all my cards, and of course I had Night Vale Specters, and then my buddy texts me one day, and he says, "Hey, Night Vale Specters, I just sold these, like $10 or $20 a piece or something like that." And I look at the price, and I'm thinking, man, I sold my entire collection for like $120. I felt sick to my stomach. But that happens, sometimes you just sell too early and then things, spike in value and then you're kind of screwed there. Shielded Passage. I think we're actually getting more foils than I would have expected. Foils weren't, you didn't get one in every pack, and of course we haven't so far. Urban Evolution, we got Angelic Skirmisher. And a Swamp. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure just about everybody's got their story where they sold their collection for pennies on the dollar and they look back at the cards they had and they're through the roof. I've got multiple stories like that. Got Stomping Ground. Man, if we get all 5, I am going to be psyched. Honestly. These are as minty as I can conceivably fathom, being pulled fresh from the pack, and the centering looks good. The surface looks good. These have probably been sitting in a case for, well, at least the last decade before I bought them. So those are going to go directly in the sleeves. I don't know what kind of backlog there is for grading cards. And it probably isn't worth it, to be honest, because unless it's going to be a 10, you might as well just put it in a sleeve or put it in a snap case and let it sit, because, Boros Charm is one of the more better uncommons. Unless it's going to be guaranteed a gem mint 10, don't send it in, because these cards, graded cards do and can, I should say can and do sometimes command a premium, but they got to be good. And I would have to imagine there are tons of these graded cards out there already, so I don't really want to add to that pool. Hellkite Tyrant, this is a great mythic. I believe that's around $7. And one of our play group was looking for that card, so he'll be glad to know that I just pulled one. The print quality on these actually is really nice. However, what I'm noticing is some of the borders aren't actually black. They're more gray. Man, Crypt Gas. This box is, it's just really good. Crypt Gas is, I want to say, upwards of $10. I'm noticing these tokens actually have a little bit of a ding on top. Some of them do. Other than that, the card quality is actually really good. There's no Pringles or anything. They all seem to be relatively centered. I would like to get some more foils. Got a Thespian Stage. I'll put that down there with the other lands. What I'd like to do is put together a complete set of all of these. Put them in a binder and just keep them for the rest of my life, basically. And then sell them when I get really old and give the money to my grandkids, I guess, or something like that. Wow. So, Master Biomancer, a Mythic Rare, and then a Sylvan Primordial Foil Rare. I think I can already tell this box is going to be pricey. Or it's going to be very, the value from this box is going to be high. I'll have to check and see what the values are, but a lot of the rares and mythics in this set actually have a pretty high premium. I mean, what I've noticed over the years is older cards in. Are you kidding me? Lord, Lord of the Void, $22 mythic. Wow. This Aurelia, Lord of the Void, Breeding Pool. So we're just checking off the boxes from top to bottom as far as value goes. Act of Treason. Man, I used to hate that card back in the day. At least when it was played against me. Realm Right. Enters battlefield, choose a basic land, lands you control, or the chosen type. That's pretty good, honestly. A 1/1 for 1 that can make all of your lands a certain type. Kind of like a Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth or a that green one from a set or two ago. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. That seems strong for some reason. So we got a Serene Remembrance. Wow, look at the foiling on that. And a Whispering Madness. And then there's the last card in a lot of these packs seems to have a ding on it. I'm not exactly sure why. You know, some of the tokens have that ding, but I don't know. I can already tell we have a foil back there. Mainly because to me, the borders appear almost gray. Oh, it's a foil island, but that's still cool. I love foil lands, and especially minty foil lands. So those are going to go, or that at least is going to go in a sleeve and in my lands binder, along with the other foil basics. It's kind of interesting. Some products around this time had issues with the printing on the packs. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. I got a Biovisionary. If you control 4 or more, you win the game. Some of these packs back in the day were almost see-through. So with these packs, actually, see if I can pull this tab here. You can actually see, you might not be able to see in the camera, but I can see the card underneath there. And you can see through the top as well. I don't know if maybe it's coming through very well, but some of them are, actually you can see it there. You can see my hand through it. Some of them are worse than others. I did get a pack of Theros, I believe it was, or a couple packs of Theros a few weeks back, and those things were almost completely see-through. Blind Obedience, that's about $8 or $9. It has been going up as well. I do run Blind Obedience in my Edgar Markov deck, so definitely love that card. This one's almost got a crinkle on the top there. What do we got? Biomass Mutation. So I had a box of this last week that we drafted at my LGS. What I'm doing is putting on what I call modern vintage drafts for people who never got to play these sets. And I never got to draft this set either, so it's also for me. And it was a lot of fun. We didn't get any crazy pulls, I think, not like this box. But I did pull Lord of the Void, and I, randomly gave that away. We used the little wheel app, and I randomly gave that out as a prize, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think everybody had a pretty good time, and I'd like to continue to be able to offer stuff like this in the future, because it's just different than drafting the new sets. It feels like, and we kind of all felt this way, it actually took some thinking to be able to put together a decent deck. I played Demir. I got crushed. I think I won one game, but that's it. I didn't do very good. And Gruul actually took the win. Boros was second. Um, Demir was, third and fourth. And I actually wanted to play Boros, but I pulled a Lord of the Void in my first pack, and I thought, well, I have to build around this now, thinking as, a commander, but that was kind of silly to do. High Priest of Penance and a Gabo. Skinbrand Goblin. We're almost through the box here. We got just a couple packs left, so we'll speed it up here. Burning Tree Emissary. I love this card. It has multiple print lines on it. We got a Foundry Champion. And a Swamp. Ooze token. I don't even remember what ooze is in this. I probably already pulled it. Alright, Forced Adaptation, great card. What's kind of strange is as I'm going through these, I'm almost expecting to see the Planeswalker symbol in the bottom left, like their list cards. Just because that's really the only way you come across these kind of cards these days is through the list. And that's one of the things I do like about the list, is it gives you a little bit of exposure to older cards. We got a Sacred Foundry, love that. But other than that, you just have to go out and buy the boxes, and they're increasingly becoming more expensive. I'm looking to acquire some more boxes of Gatecrash to both crack and to draft down at the LGS, but I still gotta come to an agreement on the price, and I think I've got a pretty good deal. If I do get that deal, don't tell me. Dude, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, I don't even need to look at the rest of the cards. We just got a foil. Wow, a foil Aurelia, the World Leader. That's going directly into, we're not even gonna, holy cow. Got to be very gentle there. That way we don't nick any of the corners. Don't touch the surface. No oils, no fingerprints. Just ever so gently. And I always use the Dragon's Maze sealable sleeves. This will help to prevent moisture intrusion. And oh my gosh. You can't see it, but I've got a big old smile on my face. Let's see what the actual rare was in this pack. A Molten Primordial. That's nowhere near as cool. Wow. I've got, and part of me says, hey, you need to sell that. You need to cash out, take the dollars and go. And the other part of me, is like, no, that card, that goes into a binder, and that does not see the light of day for another 20 years. Why should it? It's a piece of Magic's history, and it's in, I'm hoping gem mint condition. I don't want to touch it. What is it? Ooze. Okay, there are oozes. Ooze Flux and Ruination Worm. I thought that was like something. If that was another one, I was gonna probably crap myself, to be honest. As gross as that is. So that has been my only sealed box that I have at the moment. We've got some absolute killer foils. I can't believe this foil Aurelia, the War Leader. This has got to be, I want to say it was like $80 to $100 near mint, pack fresh. Not a single fingerprint on this card. I'm jacked. I'm so jacked. That's going in a snap case and into the binder. The regular one, I'll probably sell the regular one. However, I'm keeping the lands. As much as I am, I do this as a business to have fun and also make money as well. And one of these days, I'd like to do this full time, but just at the moment, it's not 100%. I'm not 100% able to do that, but we'll get there. And think part of the way that I'm going to get there is with investing. You know, in older things like this, if you get a dirt cheap box and you got all these cards that have really high premium multipliers on the foils, of course it's a chance. You can't rely on that. But the value is there. And Gatecrash, this is underpriced. I I love this product. There's thousands and thousands. Don't get me wrong. There's thousands of boxes of this still out there. There's probably over 1,000 cases still out there. It's still worth it, I think, in the long run. So that's been Gatecrash, man. I've got a Return to Ravnica coming up as well. We'll take a look at that, and hopefully we'll get some of the same kind of pulls. And until then, I'll catch you guys later.